If you're watching this video, you are most likely stacking gold and silver. Guys, this is a must-see video, and I highly encourage you to share this with family members and friends that are also stacking gold and silver. Counterfeits are on the rise, and it is getting ridiculous. It is getting out of hand, and here are my tips to avoid becoming a victim. All right, guys, let's jump right in. Last month, gold hit an all-time high at $3,500 an ounce. And silver, well, same old sluggish story for silver, but let's stick to the subject matter. Had a customer who came in about a month and a half or so. He wanted to sell me 20 of these, which he assumed were American Silver Eagles. Now, they were individually wrapped in these little plastic bags, and something was just off. I took it out of the capsule, and the color certainly looked off, and the thickness. So I went ahead, since I'm not one to quickly judge, I went ahead and I tested these on the Sigma devices, and unfortunately, they are fake, all 20 of them. So showed the customer and compared what an authentic American Eagle should look like and weigh, and not to mention the thickness. If you could see that, that's just a huge difference in thickness. He bought these on Marketplace, all 20 of them, and unfortunately, they are fake. So I had a really good conversation with this gentleman, and just a quick shout out. This is a former veteran, and RG, initials RG, if you're watching this video, thank you, sir, for your service to our country. We really, really appreciate you. But it was just absolutely painful to inform the customer that these are fake. As you can see here, the arrows are just way off. And he was kind enough to send me a few of these so I can make a video and educate our community stackers. Guys, I am seeing a huge number of counterfeiters, or I should say counterfeiting coins, coming through the door and at an alarming pace. And it's just absolutely concerning, not just for me, but for customers who are going about purchasing these coins or bars from various sites. And I want to talk about those sites. So many customers are using various websites to find the best deals on precious metals. I get it. Everybody wants a great price, but a word of caution. And there are several sites that I think people should stay away from. First and foremost, Craigslist. This is just littered with scammers out there. And I will actually leave a good story that happened about 10 years ago or so, where two teenagers were caught selling gold coins. I think they made like 100K on them, 60 or 100K. I can't remember, but it was huge. But anyways, another site that I think people should stay away from is Amazon, right? Amazon is another tool used by scammers to sell counterfeit items. Etsy is another one. eBay. Now, eBay can be a hit or miss. There are reputable online bullion dealers as well as local coin shops that utilize eBay to sell their metals. But do your research carefully. Read the ratings, read the feedback. It's extremely important. And this is another one. Live auctions, or I should say just auction sites in general. This is huge because they are not, meaning the auctioneers or the owners, they are not testing these metals. And if you read a lot of the descriptions, it will say selling as is. So be careful. That is just another disaster in the making. Quick story. I had a customer who purchased a 1 ounce, what he thought was a 1 ounce gold bar from one of the auction sites, and it turned out to be fake. He filed a police report. And guys, this is huge. A lot of customers that do get scammed, they do not file police reports. It is imperative that we do this in order to stop the scamming. So I also forgot to mention Marketplace, right? So that's another site you should stay away from. Obviously, you just heard the story about my recent customer buying 20 American Silver Eagles, and they are fake, purchased from Marketplace. So definitely stay away from that site. Another location, flea markets. Guys, this is another huge potential disaster. Recent stories about people purchasing rare coins at flea markets and holding on to those rare coins for, I don't know, 6 months, a year, or more than that. And then when it's time to sell, well, they find out they're fake. And it is impossible to track these merchants that sold these counterfeit coins or bars at flea markets. So definitely do your research. And let's talk about some tools. If you're going to purchase metals from those sites, and especially flea markets, let's talk about some tools you can use to authenticate your metals. All right, let's talk about some of these tools and devices that you can use to test your metals. As you can see, there is a ton of tools and devices on this desk. Now, I want to start off with the Sigma devices, but I do not want to get into lengthy descriptions for each one. Otherwise, this would be a long video. However, I will leave a link for each device based on their testing ability and description and specifications, etc. So let's start off with the original. This is a great tool, only does a surface test. Will cost you about $1,100. And then you have the Investor, the Sigma Investor. This is great. It will test your coins and bars right through, but there is a limitation in terms of thickness. So you cannot fit a 100 ounce or even a 1 kilo silver bar in here. But otherwise, great tool. This is going to cost you about $1,700 or so. Now you got the Big Daddy. Now this is my go-to device. As you can see, there are two different wands. You can test your smaller 1 gram bars, and then you can test your 10 ounce and 5 ounce and whatever 1 ounce coins and bars. This device is great because not only will it perform a surface test, but it will also test right through. There is an extension that will connect to this machine that will allow you to test big bars. We're talking 100 ounce silver bars, 1,000 ounce silver bars, you name it. That extension, or that external bridge, I should call it, that's going to cost you a total of $2,800. Without that external bridge, just the Pro itself, that's going to cost you about $2,200, $2,300. But it is a must, in my opinion. If you're going to spend thousands of dollars on gold and silver, this is definitely the two, or I should say go-to devices. All right, I had to make a little bit of room here. Let's talk about the least expensive tools, right? So you have your classic strong magnet, okay, but you got to be careful. It's not 100%, right? So there you go. Fake silver eagle, nothing. So be careful with that. Your calipers. So if you know measurements for every coin out there, well, this may come in handy. But again, not 100%. You got your classic pocket scale. That too is not 100% because there are known counterfeit coins and bars out there that are pretty close to the weight of legitimate coins and bars. And you have your classic pocket pinger. Everybody knows about the pocket pinger. Great tool, fits in the back of your pocket. There's an app that you can test known coins, right? So your typical Krugerrands, your American Gold Eagles, your Gold Buffaloes. So very limited though. There's not a huge wide range of other coins out there. or I should say within his database, but he is working on it, and he's a great guy. I've spoken to him, and we exchanged emails. Very, very intelligent guy. And let's talk about the goldlock.com. So this is a great little tool that this gentleman created. There's a fake gold bar, and I actually went through this little magnet test here that you can go around in circles, clockwise, counterclockwise, and it will detect non gold or silver material. So I'm not sure if you could see that, but there's a black mark there that detects non-gold, or I should say foreign metal within that fake gold bar. And then you have the coin gauges, also made by the goldlock.com. This guy is great. He's got some really, really cool tools. Definitely worth checking out his site, thegoldlock.com. You have your typical Gold Eagle coin gauge, 1 ounce, half ounce, and so on and so on. You got some Krugerrands, and he has other coin gauges. So definitely check out his website. I will leave a discount code for the goldlock.com as well as the Pocket Pinger. But there is one way to ensure that your metals are 100% legit. So you probably guessed right. The number one way to ensure that you are purchasing legitimate gold and silver, you buy from reputable dealers. Buy from OM Bullion. Stay away from Craigslist, Amazon, Etsy, and auction sites, especially auction sites. They are not authenticating precious metals out there. Read the description, the language, very, very important. eBay, again, hit or miss. Do your research. Due diligence is important. Once again, there are known reputable dealers and local coin shops selling on eBay, but just be careful. And if you do come across counterfeit items, guys, we need to put an end to this nonsense, this ongoing scam. It is just BS, in my opinion. We need to protect our loved ones, especially the elderly that do not have the education nor the tools to authenticate their metals. So let's spread the word. Let's definitely report them to local law enforcement. File a report with IC3.com. Contact your local FBI. I mean, just get the word out there. We need to put an end to this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my video, and definitely share this video with friends and family members. We really need to spread the word. I would greatly appreciate your support. Guys, be careful out there. Take care of your health. Preserve your wealth. Most importantly, keep rocking. Keep stacking. Thanks, guys.